Mitro and Bandhu, welcome to South Asia Maps, Human Ecology part of our Intellectual Kshatriya channel, Education channel. Most of my presentations will be on South Asian history, heritage, geography and culture, but I will also be posting certain presentations on the world geography and also especially human ecology, how the human animals they influence and live on the planet Earth. This is essentially work from Dr. Catton's monumental books Overshoot and BottleNeck, that is human ecology, human predicament, human impasse, human bottleneck in this century. Once you start going over the lot of presentations, you will understand what I am going to talk about. It will give you a new perspective, a new paradigm, new way of thinking of socio-political economic events that are shaping our planet Earth, and will help you how you can navigate. We are living in a resource depleted planet Earth. There is only one planet on the entire spaceship which is habitable, where we humans and other biotic community live. So this is a new paradigm, and you will realize our future will not be determined by the political leaders or leaders, essentially determined by the habitat environment where we live. This is the part 4. I talked about the carrying capacity, number of people a particular segment can hold indefinitely, and enhancing the carrying capacity by the hunters and gatherers, human species, by taking over the land, that is starting agriculture, removing our competitors, flora and fauna. Then further enhancing the carrying capacity, I talked about drawing down the resources, minerals and metals, aquifers, water, the oil, natural gas, coal, copper, aluminum and so on. This is the 4th part. We'll talk about the new world, old world. There used to be the new world once upon a time, round about 1500. Now that new world has become the old world. We'll talk about these concepts in this presentation. And this is our main YouTube channel, South Asia Maps J. Reddy. You can find me there, and there are more than 195 fascinating, meticulously made presentations are put by me, and you can go and look at them. And if you like them, and please do subscribe. If you're watching these postings and share chat, please take some time to put certain comments what you like and what you want to see further. And I am going to put this particular presentation under the playlist called Human Ecology. That's where you can look in the playlist of South Asia Maps. This is the old world. These are the geographical areas. The entire planet Earth has around about 150. You remember 150 units. That is the million square kilometers. The Egypt is around about 1 million square kilometers. You can fit 150 countries on the planet Earth. We are not talking about the water bodies, oceans. Only the land area, the world, 150 units, million square kilometers, not million square miles. That's different. Asia has a 44 units, Africa 30, Europe 10. 10 and 30 is 40, 44. Europe, Africa, Asia. Eurasia is 88. Round about 1500, Portuguese and Spaniards made a lot of voyages, discoveries. Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus. These are the proselyters, converters, and priests, navigators, explorers, colonizers, and all together. That is called Age of Discovery. Age of exploration, mostly spearheaded in the beginning by Portuguese and Spanish. Transatlantic voyages. You can see here transatlantic voyages. Finally, Magellan circumnavigated around the world, Elcano and so on around. This is the Magellan Straits here. So they essentially found a sea route across the Atlantic to a vast new habitat. These are called Americas. American Vespucci, who was the first navigator who landed there, named after him. So we have round about 88 units of the old world. This is the old world. Old world, this is the round about 24 and 17. You can make it 24, 16 means 40. 40 units here. Almost close to pretty much Asia. This is the new world. Old world, the European and Greek and those geographers, especially surrounding the Mediterranean, later the Far East and Middle East, Asia and so on. Mediterranean region, especially the 25th north parallel, north of equator. Equator is around the Lake Albert here, Lake Victoria in Uganda, and then 25th is around about somewhere Aswan, border between Sudan, northern Sudan and Egypt, and 45 parallel that runs in the Po Valley, the agriculturally very rich region, Milano, Torino and all those things. That is essentially Mediterranean region where geographers, Europeans, they found extended to Europe, Africa, Asia, that is a land bridge connected well. After navigation, they found a new habitat with virgin soils and forest, very little populated, and later they were even eliminated. That European colonizers considered them dispensable, disposable people and eliminated them in the wars and eventually restricted to reservations. So when oil was discovered, later coal, plenty of resources were found. How many number of people there at that time is not very clear. This is the estimate. You remember around about 1500 AD, 500 plus million people lived. 1600 AD, around about 600 plus million people. So drop one here, drop one here. You will be approximate figure. By 1810 or 1818, Battle of Waterloo and so on, the planet has nearly 1,000 million people, 1 billion. So I have given here 535 at that time, age of discovery. The two Americas, around about 50 million people. Among these 535 million people, overwhelming majority lived in India and China. Still at that time they were around about 20% of the world population and so on. And Africa has less 30 million people. Africa has around about 80 million people, and Europe has 160 million people. And the new world, new hemisphere, northern hemisphere has around about 50 million people, and so on, the less number of people. So this is the old world and this is the new world. New world means when the European immigrants, later settlers, immigrated there, new world has a plenty of jobs, less people, lot of land. Old world is densely populated. Remember, at that time is subsistence agriculture. Carrying capacity was lot less. There is no fertilizers, pesticides, combiners and harvesters, industrial agriculture. densely populated, overpopulated, immense population pressure. At that time, for all the immigrants, the new world means new world, lot of space and lot of jobs. Now, after World War II, now the new world became the old world. It is also now densely populated and industrial Homo colossus, the people who live in this area, especially United States, Canada, they consume, their resource appetites are very high. Homo colossus they're called. So now new world is also a old world. Plenty of people, high population density, high human interference and population pressure and so on. That is historically about the old world and new world, northern hemisphere, western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere we are talking about. And I have extensive these geographical areas, one more presentation you can see, geographic areas made easy game, GAME. Part 1 you can look under the game playlist and explore further about that. So that is in essence about today's human ecology part, that is the new world, old world, that is the navigation era and discoveries, transatlantic discoveries round about 1500. As a part of human ecology, South Asia maps, this is your presenter, Dr. Reddy. See you later in other presentation.